Okej, hej och välkomna. Det här är ett sånt där avsnitt där jag ska prata engelska. Jag har nämligen en gäst här idag då. Och själv tycker jag att det är liksom lite uttråkigt att lyssna på när någon svensk ska prata engelska och så intervjua någon och så här. Det beror lite på gästen då. Men jag ska göra ett undantag här för jag tycker det här är lite roligt. Och ja, vi kör väl igång då så får ni höra min skolengelska. Jag gick ju verkstadsmekanisk 2 år. Ja. Resten av tiden, de där 9 åren i grundskolan, pissar jag bort genom att vara lustig på lektionerna. Alltså. Men jag ska göra mitt bästa i alla fall. Då. Får vi se hur det går. Okej. Let's welcome Bruce.
Thank you.
Shall we try
Sure.
this song?
Yeah.
2. Then you hear yourself in this...
Fancy.
Yeah. And then you try to keep the mouth near the microphone.
All right.
Not waving the heads too much then.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome, Bruce. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Bruce Gaspardi Jr. I race snowcross. I manage Team Southside Polaris. And this past season, I was the promoter for the Swedish Championship.
Yeah. Quite strange, actually. An American coming over here and just try to take us to the next level or maybe...
Yeah, just trying to make it better for everybody.
Yeah. But how old are you?
36.
36. So you're an old snowcross guy.
Been doing it a long time.
Okay. So what did you start on?
Kitty cat.
Kitty cat, okay. My God. And then?
Went to when you turned 10 back then in the States, you go to the 340 class.
Yeah.
And my dad had built me an Indy 340.
Okay.
To do that with.
Okay.
So, but my first full-size sled was a Bravo 250.
Oh, okay. And Bravo 250, that's like a BR or ET 250, like we call them ET.
Oh, okay.
So I've always wondered what BR was does stand for, but it says on the hood beside the gauge, it says Bravo there.
Okay.
So then I put 2 and 2 together after 40 years or something. Yeah. We go to a snowshoot every year, and I saw one of those Bravo 250s like 10 years ago or something on the snowshoot.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. So I think they manufactured them really, really late in the 2010s or 15s or something. I think it's a really popular sleds way up north for cheap sleds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Bravo 250.
Yeah.
And then you moved on, and what do your family do?
So we have a dealership back home in Massachusetts, Southside Sales, and my grandfather started it in 1969.
Okay.
In a chicken barn on the back road doing truck caps and wood stoves.
Okay.
And my father and mother bought it from him in the late 80s and then moved it to its current location. And now we've got Polaris, Bobcat, Husqvarna, Steel, Mahindra.
Okay. And I've seen one of those bigger dealers, but I've heard that some of the dealers in the States, they have that like the really, really big ones. I don't know the size of your one, but they almost sell like the amount of what we are selling in Sweden. Some of them, like say like a brand selling 3,000 sleds or something. But do you have dealerships that sells so many?
So the number one Polaris dealership in North America usually does almost 400 sleds a year.
Okay, not more than that. Okay.
We have a lot of dealers, though.
Yeah, but that was a myth then that there are dealers over there who sells more sleds than we sell in Sweden. So
no, that's not true.
Okay.
We usually hover around 9th or 10th for Polaris.
Okay.
And usually number 1 or 2 in the Northeast.
Okay.
And that's like 160-ish sleds, new sleds a year.
Okay, that sounds like Swedish numbers, I think so, for some of the bigger dealers.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, but then you're big on ATVs and.
So we're for Polaris, we are snowmobile only.
Okay.
because there's a Polaris dealer 8 kilometers away that has ORV, which is ATV and side-by-side, but they don't have snow there.
Okay.
So because when my dad took on Polaris back in the late 80s, wasn't really any thought of ORV back then, and it was just snow was the priority.
Okay. So do you got much snow in Massachusetts?
Normal winter, our trail systems are open for 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay.
And where we live in Western Massachusetts, we can leave from our garage and ride right to the Canadian border and keep on going.
Okay.
We have a really, really good trail system up in the Northeast.
Oh, okay. I think if I should get like 10 tries or something, I don't think I will be able to spell Massachusetts. In a matter of fact,
I think it's the worst one out of the 50 states. I think it's the worst one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm not alone. Okay. So, do you have any connection to Sweden? Because you've moved to Sweden and then you manage.
So I spend a lot of time in Sweden and Norway. I have a work permit with Eurowagon, so I do some stuff with them.
Okay, yeah.
And then obviously our big trailer is a Eurowagon.
Okay.
So, but connection to Sweden is just friends, which eventually became almost family, the way we treat each other.
Yeah.
Even now, but back in 2000, it started where when you would buy a Polaris race sled, you get the little book with it.
Yeah.
And when you go to the page to call somebody, if you have a question, you can call Polaris Industries in Roseau, Minnesota, or Southside in North Downs, Massachusetts.
Okay. So
in 05, 06, some Swedes started calling my dad asking for help.
Okay.
And then in 06, a couple of Swedes came to Massachusetts and met my dad and bought some odds and ends. And then in 07 is when it really kind of took off. 4 Swedes came. They lived with us for a week and a half, filled the container up full of stuff, send it back here, and then came back over in the winter. And a couple of them raced for us for a couple of rounds, and it just kept going and going.
Who was it?
So the 4 Swedes that came over that first time was Magnus Bostrom.
Know him? Yeah.
Nils Hedlund.
Yeah.
Robin Norberg. And Stefan Carlson.
Oh, okay.
And I know Stefan's brother used to race back in the day. Nils raced bikes, but when he came over, he tried racing a sled. Robin was racing professionally back then for snow and racing.
Okay.
On a Polaris, and then
it was he had his business here in Orsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he raced for us a couple times, and then the following summer, we started an ATV team, and they were friends with Petra Lindborg.
Yeah.
And her dad, so she came over and lived with us for the summer, raced ATVs all summer.
Yeah.
And then, it just kept going. And I think now we've had over 30 Scandinavians come over and live with us, race with us over the years and whatnot. So, it just kept going and going and going.
Yeah. And then now it's your turn to come over here. So you've been here for a couple of years.
Yeah, this was winter 3.
Okay.
It's summertime now, but this was winter 3.
Yeah.
23 came over, wrenched and raced. 24 started had the team over here for the first year, and now in 25 had second year of the team, and then was promoter for the Swedish Championship.
Oh, okay. Are you some kind of promoter for Polaris and manage their sleds or something?
So, we have a pretty good deal worked out with Polaris Scandinavia working together. Where I handle most of the racing side of it.
Okay.
Because it's easier. They don't really have somebody in-house anymore, so it's easier for me to do it, and then I can just focus on it.
Yeah.
And
they don't have to do it because they don't have to because they don't have time. Or
exactly. Yeah. They're focused on other things.
Yeah. I think it's the whole business with snowmobiles has just in like 5-10 years has been transformed to something completely else, more professional, more everything. So before they just like pumped money in not so much, but in Swedish, if I should just talk for us here in Sweden, they have much more interest before and more money for snowcross. And take Yamaha for an example. When the Viper came, the 2-stroke Viper, they build like 3 or 4, 5, 6 sleds for lots and lots of money with the part from the US and so on. And then from that to less and less and less the money they put in, and the sleds was becoming more and more expensive.
Right.
So we're really glad that you're here and maybe put some new blood in snowcross in Sweden. Yeah.
I mean, it was a very fun winter. It's the most fun I've had racing snowmobiles in a long time.
Because you race too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I race in the sport class.
Okay.
And I'm content with that. You know, that we brought that back in Sweden this year and kind of created that, because in the past over here at least, you didn't have anything. You would go from 14, 16 juniors to pro light.
Yeah.
There was nothing in between.
Okay.
And there was no class, you know, if you got a moto guy or something that wants to try snowcross, if you're over 16, pro light.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the sport class, it's a nice class for guys.
So what's the rules? Just simple, just 600.
600. You can have you could have studs if you wanted them.
Yeah.
And I think the eligibility was basically you couldn't have any finishes in the last couple of years in the top like 7 or 8 of pro light or pro open.
Okay.
Other than that, it was open.
Okay.
And we set it up so that the pro women could run it too if they wanted to, which more than a few of them took advantage of throughout the season this year, which was really fun.
Okay. So, but you managed to run Polaris race team and then also promoter for what? Explain.
So I was in charge of the schedule for the Swedish Championship, finding the venues, finding the clubs to work with those venues, and just kind of tie everything together.
So how many races?
So we had 11 rounds on 6 different weekends this past year.
Okay.
We did. We opened the season in Orsha at Henrik Mace's place.
Yes.
We went to Ustal, their motor club. Then we went to Rättvik and ran at the horse track, which was awesome. It felt like a ISOC national.
Yeah.
Then we went up to Bollnäs to their motor club. Umeå, we moved it around a little bit. We were going to do it there was a small ski hill in the town, but they felt it was too small for what we wanted to do. So we moved it to the Red Barn Arena, and it was an awesome event. We brought in 3 freestyle guys, had the tent with music, beer, food, both nights. And yeah, it was a really, really, really fun event. And then the final was supposed to be in Östersund, but they got a hold of us pretty early and said the snow's going away fast. We can't do it.
Yeah.
So did a lot of looking, a lot of talking, and found a venue up in the north in Boden at Storklinten Ski Resort. And I talk about pronouncing things wrong. The Norra Breakers Snowmobile Club up there decided that they would do it, and they had never done one before. And it's like, well, we've got 3 weeks to put this together.
Okay.
And they did it, and it was awesome. It was the mountain was awesome. We had second week of May, had a ton of snow. Awesome venue, good track. We had Emil Hansen and Albin Lundqvist build the track, and we brought over a bunch of Americans, and Anna Hager, Riley Bester, Jesse Kirchmeyer, Cecily Bernanke and McKenna Kleiman and Icelandic
Okay.
Viking.
How does that work? Do you in some way also fix the sleds for them too?
So for them, yeah, because they the 5 that came from the States were all Polaris riders.
Yeah.
Cecily races for me back in the States on the ISOC tour. The other ones don't race for me there, but I had extra sleds here and
Okay.
brought them over. And then Bjarki from Iceland, he rides whatever he can find. I think he rode Polaris, Arctic Cat, and Lynx this past winter in Iceland.
Okay.
But brought him over, put him on a Polaris, and no, it was a busy weekend, but it was a shit ton of fun.
Okay, I understand. So how does it work when if say I'm 55 years old, but say this winter I want to race for you. So do I buy my own sled through you, or do I lease it from you, or how does it work? And do everybody just have one sled, or do they have 2?
Everybody has their own deal. Every deal is different because every person is a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it varies between using a sled, buying a sled. It varies.
Okay. And the cost for a race sled, just bone stock from the crate, yeah.
A new like 2026 now is what we're talking about now. I think a new one of those is probably 160,000 crowns.
Okay. Okay, that's quite cheap. I heard that if you were buying an Arctic Cat or something a couple of years ago, that was almost 200,000.
Yeah, I mean, the way we do it, it helps keep the cost down because, doing it through me, the sled is technically, when it comes over, it's technically used.
Yeah.
So I can, when you're doing all the customs paperwork and things, it's a secondhand sled. So and I'm filling a container up with them. So it just makes everything a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
And I try to pass as much of that on as possible. Nobody gets into racing to get rich.
No, not snowmobile racing anyway.
Not any racing.
No, maybe Formula 1 or something.
Well, the saying we have back home is if you want to become a millionaire racing, start off as a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
So, it's all about, the way I try to frame it is a rising tide lifts all the ships. So the things I'm trying to do, try to make it better for everybody. Yep. Makes it better for my team, but it makes it better for everybody trying to race a snowmobile over here, whether it's a Polaris, a Lynx, Cat, Ski-Doo, don't matter.
And when they get their race sled, do you think how much do they put in it after that?
So when you buy a Polaris, it comes with CNA Pro skis already. So it's a matter of buy a wrap, buy some studs, Woodies studs, and some hand guards.
Okay.
And go race.
Okay. Well, and then do they have 2 sleds or 1?
A lot of the pro guys have 2 sleds. They'll have a last year's or 2-year-old sled as their practice beater, or whatnot, and then they'll have their new sled. That's their race sled.
Okay.
But there's not enough of a budget, and there's not enough sleds coming over here for most people to be able to even find 2 new ones.
Okay.
It's that's part of the problem over here is just the lack of race sleds that are coming over of any color. Yeah. It's just, they 80% or so, 85% stay in North America.
Okay.
We get a sprinkling over here, and then Japan gets a even smaller sprinkling, but most everything stays in North America.
Okay. Do you know a percentage Lynx, Ski-Doo, and Polaris
here
on the tracks? Yeah, because I can imagine that there are more Polarises now.
There's more now than there was when I got here in 23, but it's still not so much. It's definitely, I would say, 80% BRP. And I've been keeping track of the numbers these 3 years I've been here. And when I got here, Lynx had more percentage than Ski-Doo. And each of the 3 years that number that difference has shrunk to now where there's more yellow than there is Lynx.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why that is per se, but
because they're different.
They are different.
Yeah,
that rear suspension is very different between the two. You know, the only thing I can really attribute it to is, I mean, it seems most riders over here want to go race in the States at some point. And you can't, as of right now, you can't race a Lynx in the States.
Okay, you can't? Okay.
They don't sell the race sled there,
Oh, okay.
and it's, I don't know how the rules would work because you're supposed to build X amount of sleds for it to be considered a stock sled, and and Lynx doesn't build that number.
Oh, okay.
And so if you want to go to the States and race, why ride a Lynx when you can't ride one there? You know, if you're going to ride a BRP, ride a Ski-Doo,
okay.
because then when you go there, you're riding what you've been riding, kind of thing.
I understand.
That's
if you could compare snowcross in the States, snowcross in Sweden. You've been to Finland too, baby. So, but what's the differences and similarities with that?
I mean, it's friendlier here, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe it's just me because I am outsider, so it just seems friendlier to me.
Yeah.
But I don't understand what everybody's saying when I'm not around.
Okay, yeah.
But no, when you walk through the pits, you just the way everybody treats each other, the way, you know, if somebody breaks something, if somebody's got the part, they're helping them out, regardless of if they're racing together or not. It's just everybody chips in to help each other to finish the weekend and things like that. And even in the pro class, it seems like, where in the States, that's not a thing.
Oh, okay.
Not a thing. It's very...
Okay. Is it more professional over there and everything?
I wouldn't call it more professional. I think the riders we have here and the money and effort they put in is very professional because it's their own money they're spending. It's not...
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's not some big team owner like Shearing or Judnick or something. It's not. It's these people's hard-earned money that they're taking and going racing with. So, I think it takes a lot of heart and a lot of effort and a lot of money to go racing here, and it's more expensive to go racing here than it is back in the States.
I think it's more. Maybe it's like a family business here. Maybe they have a family business with. They bring in some money, and then the whole family go racing or something.
I mean, it's definitely a family affair here for sure.
Yeah,
you know, everybody piles into the Sprinter, and we're going snowcross racing this weekend.
Yeah,
but no, it's certainly more. Everything about racing here is more expensive than it is back in the States. The sleds cost more, the parts cost more, the race fuel costs more. Diesel to get to the races costs a lot more.
Yeah, sometimes we see American cry about the fuel prices, and we're just laughing. No,
yeah, no, it's bad. It's so bad over here.
Yeah.
It's
because we don't earn more money here; we earn less money here. So
and you pay more taxes.
Yeah. But with the taxes, it comes some
benefits.
Good stuff.
Benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean. Your roads are definitely better than ours.
Yeah.
The condition of the roads.
Yeah.
And then your vacation time, your maternity leave. Yeah.
And if you get sick, so that's if you break your leg or change your heart or whatever. So we have a system for that. You don't have to die or because you're really, if you don't have your stuff together in the States with insurance and everything. You're really like vulnerable then.
Yeah, but I mean, most people have it, and there's pros and cons to every system. The pro I see in our system is that you're paying for your insurance every month, but when you need help, you get it that day.
Yeah,
I need an X-ray. That day, you got an X-ray.
Yeah.
Here, you can wait days and weeks for that X-ray or MRI or.
If I should choose, maybe I would go for the American system. Then I can choose what I want to pay for, what kind of insurance and so on. Then I keep my money a little bit more maybe. So
it just seems like, you know, because obviously I've been around injuries these last couple of years of people getting hurt and things like that. And, you know, it seems like if they need quick help to get that MRI or something, you're finding a private clinic and paying out of pocket anyways to get that imaging done or something.
Yeah.
So, but there's good parts and bad parts about both of them for sure.
Absolutely. So differences with the tracks and so on. Do you have like permanent tracks, or is it just for the weekend in a ski resort or something?
In the States?
Yeah, in the States.
None of the ice hockey tracks are permanent in the States. That's all built for that weekend's event, whether it's Canterbury, Duluth, ERX.
Yeah,
that's the only one that's a practice track during the season, and then they race there.
Okay.
The other,
I've been there. Really nice. That if I should do something more in snowcross, not riding, but be a promoter or something for one race or something, I would like to build that.
That's a cool place. It's
really cool place.
Yeah, that's it is. It's a really cool place. They got the trophy truck track in the summertime, and
at the same.
Yeah, that facility is like a racing facility.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I've been because I was there with a clothing manufacturer. Then just beside that, it was a really nice building with a race department or something with it.
Yeah, well, so that's where the Carlson Motorsports.
Yeah.
That's because Carlson owns that whole place, so their snowcross team raced out of there, and now their side by side and truck team races out of there.
Really nice place.
Yeah,
what a dream place. But what do they do? What's their business?
So I don't know what they do now, but for a long time, the Carlson family owned Sport Tech.
Okay,
which was windshields and handguards and plastics, and then that company is owned by another company. And that company makes all the plastics for like Polaris and Arctic side panels and fenders.
Understand. Okay. So the future in snowcross, if it will go your way, what do you want from the future in say Swedish snowcross?
I mean, the goal this year is to keep building on what we built this past year. Just make the races better for the racers, better for the spectators, attract more spectators, attract new racers.
So what's your strategy? Are you bringing the races to the people?
Yes.
And not the other way around, like it's always been before?
Yeah. You know, that was the goal this past year, you know, having it in Rättvik at the horse track.
Yeah.
You know, Rättvik's a smaller town, but the horse track, that kind of venue, it gives you a place.
Yeah.
So when the family drives that hour to the race and the kids get cold, they can go inside.
Yeah.
You know, when they want food, there's food. They want beer, there's beer. They can sit inside and watch all the racing action. If it's cold out, if it's nice out, well, then you go outside. And it's as opposed to going somewhere without any of that. Well, now the kids get cold. Now you go home.
Yeah. Because you did a really tremendous job there with all the snow and everything. So.
I can't take the credit for that. That was Mace's. That was Josephine and Robert Oldbring. That was Broit. That was the team that Henrik and that whole Mace's crew put together to help.
As usual, they're amazing. How many hours and how many diesel liters was going through those machines?
I mean, truck and snow in, and then MND. Let us borrow a nice new snow gun, and and then because the horse track has a pond inside of it, and the power we needed, so we were blowing snow for, I don't know, 8 or 9 days.
Okay.
So it was a huge effort by that club, and but it turned out awesome, and we brought in live sports, and they live streamed the whole thing all weekend long, and. Yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Because I think the future, the races must be on those like a location like that, but it should be permanent. So you build the track in dirt in the summer, and then you just put snow up on that, and then you have like 10 races in the winter at the same place with everything. That would be the best, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
Problem with that is that means either the north people are driving south 10 times or the south people are driving north 10 times.
Yeah, but maybe have the 3 locations in Sweden or something. So, I don't know. I don't know everything, but I would like to know everything. I'm 55 years old, so you know. No, but it's so amazing because when Moses makes that great race up in Lofsdalen too, so much work with all the snow.
Oh, bonfire!
Yeah, bonfire.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. I've done that last year and this year, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so lots of the money goes to waste, I think, because I think the primary thing with the snowcross, and we should be a promoter, that is that you must see the possibility to earn money. You must get some.
They at least break even.
No, then you just do it for a little while.
Yeah.
So you must earn some money, because that's the whole thing. And when people start to earn money, everything gets better, and you're more consistent with everything. I think so.
Yeah, I mean the goal this year is like I said, to build on this past season and the venues we found, and try to find a couple new venues. Again, close to population centers. Make it easy for people to want to make it. If it's very close to them, it's hard for them to find an excuse not to go.
Yes.
And if there's a nice building like in Rättvik, or the big tent, the big heated tent in Umeå, or things like that, it makes it much easier for them to want to go and hang out.
Absolutely. And people are 1 hour, that's nothing for a Swede, or northern Sweden anyway. So
as long as there's a place where they can stay warm and things like that.
Absolutely.
Because it makes all the difference in the world. So no, keep building on that, make the events bigger, try to include the manufacturers more. Like in Umeå, BRP brought their big trailer.
That means a lot.
Had their new sleds out. Polaris had their local dealer bring a couple new 26s to show. So try to do more things like that. Let them be more involved, which if we're having bigger events with more fans, they'll want their rigs there for the people to see the stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the key. I don't feel like the manufacturers want to drive out into the sticks for a couple hundred spectators.
No.
But if we've got 3,000 spectators on a Saturday night like we did in Umeå, makes it much easier to want to do that.
It's cheap for them to reach 3,000 people. So.
Right, and then the local dealers pump too, obviously.
Yeah.
But then also need, the next step is to get it broadcast somewhere.
Yeah.
All the rounds, whether it be on a streaming platform or on TV. But that is the number one goal for me this year, is to find that solution.
Okay. So how many races are you? Have you planned that?
The plan is 7 weekends.
Okay.
7 weekends, 14 rounds. So each weekend has 2 rounds, like this year.
Okay. Is it on the same day, or is it like Saturday, Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So the pros run Friday night and Saturday night, and then the juniors run Saturday morning and Sunday morning.
Okay.
So it would be more of the same there, and then
is it the same like in the States, or is it the same concept?
So the States do that same thing, but they do it in 2 days.
Okay.
But they go like 8 in the morning to 9 at night.
Okay.
And it's the thing with the States too is it's a lot less track time. Their races are much shorter.
Oh yeah. And the tracks are shorter, maybe.
Not necessarily, but the races themselves are much shorter.
Okay.
The amount of track time the riders get here in Sweden, like this past winter, is double or triple what you'd get in the States for the same class.
Oh, okay.
The juniors are getting 3.5-minute heats, and I think 7-minute finals. Pro Light's getting 4-minute heats, 8-minute finals, and then the Pro Women and Pro Open are 5-minute heats, 10-minute finals. A pro women's heat in the States is 2.5 minutes. Finals, I think 5 minutes plus a lap.
Okay.
So, you know, it's for us to do all of it the same way ISOC does. It's not possible giving the riders the amount of track time they get here. So that's why we break it into 3 days.
Okay.
So you're only there for 2 of them. You know, pros is Friday, Saturday. Juniors are Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So you're still only there for 2 days for the most part, but it allows everybody that's spending that time and money to drive there to get 2 days of racing out of it.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is important with the amount of money it takes in diesel to get somewhere.
Yeah.
In Sweden.
Is there any American racers who wants to come here that contacted you in some way, like one of the better ones?
We've had a couple reach out actually after Bowden and interested in coming over here and racing a whole winter kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's a possibility we would see 1 or 2 Americans over here for a whole winter next year in one of the pro classes.
Okay. So how do you like Sweden?
Yeah, I like it.
Is it any like pros and cons? Do you think the strangest thing with Swedes and Sweden? What's that? Kalles caviar. Have you been eating Kalles caviar?
I am a picky eater.
Okay.
I stick to the basics.
Not Kalles caviar then.
No.
Strange, because that's one of the best things we have here. I must say, we eat it for breakfast and everything. So I've been to the States and raced a couple of times drag racing motorcycles, and I know lots of Americans, and I've been treating them with Kalles caviar, and I've never seen people so like disgusted or maybe surprised when are you eating this stuff? Yes, for breakfast.
You guys have a few foods that you have the fish in the can there.
Yeah, but no one likes that. That's just for show off. So that surströmming.
I'm pretty sure Linus Ahlberg's girlfriend likes that, and it makes me question them.
Yeah, that's a really good surprise when you open the can.
It's bad.
It's really
so
really
bad.
It's really bad. And in the old days, they ate that for food. Now we eat it like to show off or in a party or something.
For a dare.
Yeah, but not for real. I don't know anyone. So
when I'm in Sweden and not Finland, I'm usually somewhere near Falun, and Falun has a Texas Longhorn steakhouse.
Yeah. But
and I'm there 3 or 4 nights a week. That's my kind of dinner.
Yeah, the food in the States. I've been there so many times, and the food in the States, I've never eaten in any place that are bad. Everything is good in the States.
Yeah, I mean the food here is really good too, and it's just and I think the food here is healthier.
Yeah.
For sure,
absolutely. You don't see so many fat people here.
No, you don't.
No. So
do you kill them all or?
No, we never managed to put so much food in the mouth and move so little. So,
yeah.
But some of the Americans, they are really, really fat, I must say. So.
No, it's crazy. When I come here, I eat the same way I do back home. But when I'm here, I lose weight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I truly think it's just because the food is made with better stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. So.
I really believe that.
But what do you think about Sweden then?
I like being here a lot. All of Scandinavia is just a lot of fun. Yeah. There's just the people are great. There's so much cultural history here. I'm a big history buff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I love seeing and learning about history and cultures, and I've been to the Vasa Museum a few times.
That's the best place.
It's so cool.
It's so cool.
When my dad and the Americans were here this last time, I took them all the day before they flew home. We went to my friend Nina Jared's place. They build the custom cars in Säter.
Yeah.
Took them there, and then took them down to Stockholm to Old Town and the Vasa Museum. And
so great.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
So you can sit in a restaurant there, and the house was built like in the 1300s or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
You know, it's crazy too, because you know most everything in the States is most of it's less than 300 years old.
Yeah.
You go down to Old Town and the stuff's double that, triple that. Yeah, it's just it's so cool.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's really.
So no, but
but people aren't shy. You've been much up in the north. Have you heard that the people in the north, they don't speak?
I mean,
they do. So that's
it's you know it seems like most people here know a fair amount of English. They took it in school, they picked it up somewhere, and it's a matter of them. Sometimes they overthink it, and they don't think it's very good, so they'd rather just not talk.
Yes.
But you give them a couple beers, and then they start talking, and it's like.
So I think you must have heard some Swinglish words, maybe?
Yeah.
When people are drunk and speaking like half Swedish or half English words, I do it all the time. So I will have was in Stockholm this midsummer, and there was a couple of Canadians over there. And I heard myself say lots of Swinglish words, but they were polite. So
I'm just so impressed by you guys. You know, obviously, if I'm at the race, if they're not talking to me, they're probably talking Swedish.
Yeah.
And they can be talking Swedish. They say, I ask them a question. They switch to English, answer me, back to Swedish.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just like a light switch.
Yeah, okay.
And to me, that's so impressive because I honestly don't know another language.
Yeah, okay. But I think it's the TV and video games and everything. So everything is on English. So I think you just should come over that shyness. And if you're scared to look like an idiot, you don't want to speak but you must speak all the time. I was when I was young, I was working like as a dish boy at the Chinese restaurant, and I was always laughing at the guy. Henry was his name, is a Chinese guy. He's been here like for 40 years, but his his Swedish are so bad because he always speak to the chefs, the Chinese. So. And I always laugh about his Swedish, and sometimes he told me, try to speak Chinese. See how funny. So you should see how funny. So if you laugh at my English, I can think liksom. So that's a Swedish word. Swinglish. I think you can try to speak Swedish. Then.
Oh yeah.
It's not easy.
And I can't because it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I do. It's just. And if you guys didn't know English, it wouldn't be possible for me to be here and do all this.
No, that's
so, you know, that's the bottom line. So I'm just, no, most people over here they're super nice, super kind. Yeah. And it is, it's just,
and the Finns too, and the Norwegian too.
Yeah.
Really. But they're different. Swedes and Norwegian and Finnish with 3 different people, and we'll have different customs and really.
Yep.
You have noticed that?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I always joke with the Finns, especially like Paulie from Super League and the guys from Eurowagon, and you know they just don't show any emotion. They're just they're monotoned. Yeah. Whether they're happiest day of their life or saddest day of their life, they sound the same.
Yeah,
it's a little hard to read sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had back in 16, I had Mikko Osmo and Pieti Puhakka come over and race for me. And those were the first Finns I kind of ever met and interacted with, and they lived with me for 3 months.
Okay.
Along with Emil Hansen.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was a pretty big difference between the kid, sweet Emil Hansen, and the older guys, Pieti and Mikko from Finland. There was
Okay.
But it was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And the language... Try to speak Swedish. I think that's quite easy if you compare to Finnish.
Well, like you know, when I try to read Swedish, whether it's a book or a menu or things like that, some of the words
you can figure it out.
You can figure it out.
Yeah.
Finnish?
No one can.
Not a chance.
I don't think even the Finns know that. I think they speak like English to the kids for the first 10 years because it's so hard to learn Finnish.
It's crazy. And I do a podcast all winter long. Well, I'm on a podcast. It's not mine. The Carbide podcast. My friend Spencer back home.
Oh, okay. Huh?
And we'll do a race recap after each weekend. And he flew over last year and flew to Austria for the Super League finals down there and was one of the English broadcasters on the live stream.
Yeah.
And I had complained all winter about how hard it is for the Finnish names.
Yeah.
And then once he got there and had to do it, he could, Johannesson, Stenberg, Pedersen. It's real easy.
Yeah, but that's the name. You still use those names in the States. We go to Minnesota or something.
But they're way easier than those Finnish names.
Yeah. The Finnish name with a double K, double A, double S, double I. You don't. It's really. Yeah, that's not easy. So.
Number 65. That's what they were.
Yeah, okay.
On the Ski-Doo, number 65 on the Ski-Doo.
And then to do an interview, you should pray to God that the Finn doesn't win, because if you should do the interview, they're really like, don't say so much, and really hard to interview. If you have seen Formula One, what's the name of the...
Bottas and then Raikkonen.
Raikkonen, yeah. He's the cool... I can think that the journalists are so nervous if they say one wrong thing to him. He's so really funny. So,
funny for us, not for the journalists.
No.
Yeah,
but Iceman they call him.
Yeah.
So now I really like the States. I have nothing to complain about the States. I really like the country and the mentality and anything. Took me a couple of years to realize that when an American asks me, how you doing? They don't care how I'm doing. Because as a Swede, polite, yesterday I was a little bit ill, but now today is better. But then they really walked away then 5 minutes ago when I was ready. So that was just a phrase. When how are you doing? So how do you do? So you should not answer that. Fine. That's one thing. The other thing is WWE wrestling. What the fuck is that? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I liked it when I was like 10 years old. I thought it was awesome.
But you can see grown men crying in the audience. But does anyone think it's for real, or because
you'd have to ask them?
It looks really gnarly when they doing the.
I mean, it does. It does. They're good actors.
They must get hurt all the time. But it looks really, really scary. But it's and give one of those guys a microphone and it says the most strange stuff. But
the stadium's packed.
Yeah,
it's packed. It's full.
That's the question. Why?
I don't know.
That's good answer. No one knows that.
Nope.
Nope.
But I need to figure out what they're doing so that we can pack our stadiums with snowcross fans.
Absolutely. I think it's about
maybe some fake fights after the race between a couple of the people that lost or crashed.
I think it's about creating heroes, creating two heroes.
Heroes and villains.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of what Drive to Survive did for Formula One on Netflix was prop up some of these guys and make these things bigger than it was, but people tune in.
Yeah. Who should we make the bad guy? Any of the Stenbergs. Yeah.
I mean, everybody likes John.
Yeah. That's quite a shame. So
he's a legend.
Yeah. But we can make him a villain anyway. One day he snapped. One day he snapped and now. And we just make some funny stuff up and everybody will just come to the race to hate him.
Yeah, when I see him at the moto track later, I'll throw him the idea and see what he thinks of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he likes to ride a black sled. So, I mean, the villain usually is dressed in black.
Yeah, and I think that's the color of his soul. Maybe we can start this now, and we must have like a good guy 2 or 2 or 3 or maybe so. So I think we have figure things out. So maybe the secret about what's it called? WWE or
WWE
World
Wrestling Entertainment.
Okay, look that up. You must see it. I think you can find it on YouTube or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can.
Hulk Hogan was a big,
Yep.
Was he good or bad?
He was a hero.
Okay.
When I was 8 years old and liked it, he was my hero.
Oh, okay.
I dressed up as him for Halloween one year.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But grown-ups are watching that
I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either.
I understand why my dad didn't want to watch it with me when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the draw for the adults now.
And for a long time I didn't understand the NASCAR, but now I do. It's a really, really gnarly sport and it's difficult.
I love NASCAR.
Yeah.
I really do. I like the idea of, because I've been to a lot of them over the years, and my favorite driver growing up was the villain. It was Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
The Intimidator. You loved him or you hated him.
Oh.
And I was actually at Daytona with my family the year he got killed in 2001.
Oh, okay.
During the race, the last lap, last
but
corner.
But that race didn't. That accident didn't seem so.
It wasn't.
No.
When we left the track, no one knew he was dead.
No, because it looks like there was nothing. But because I've seen much worse.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen?
He's been in much worse.
Yeah. Have you seen that wreck with Kenny Breck?
Oh yeah.
My God. That's how he survived that, and Dale Earnhardt didn't survive that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty cool video from the '90s where at Darlington somebody went over the fence.
Oh, okay.
And down into the hole, and the driver survived. Oh. And in the interview, he goes, "You know, you're in tough shape when the first person to get to you's got a beer in their hand."
Oh my God!
But you had wrecks like that, and then. Earnhardt's wrecked a lot of times,
but he was like a villain or something.
Oh yeah. You loved him or you hated him.
Yeah, but
a lot of people loved to hate him.
That's the answer.
Yeah,
we must create some heroes and villains for sure.
The coolest thing I ever seen him do was he wrecked down the backstretch. Just cartwheeled the car. Car was destroyed. Few laps to go. He gets out of the car, gets in the ambulance, and then gets back out of the ambulance, reaches in. Fires the car up, gets back in the car, finishes the race.
Okay.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And the car was just mangled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been to Daytona. I've been there for the tour, with the tour bus.
Oh, yeah.
Not because there's
it's so steep.
No, yeah. If a car is way up in the curve, in the bank.
Yeah, in the banking.
Yeah, it will slide down.
Yeah, you have to be doing at least like 65 or 70 miles an hour to stay on the banking. Yeah. That's how steep it is.
Yeah.
But no, I do. I mean, I like Formula One racing, but I think NASCAR is more exciting.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a lot more, to me, rubbing is racing, and there's way more rubbing and bumping in NASCAR.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Do you see that guy? He took like in the last bit of the race. He took he went on the
Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
He needed, because it was the last race before the final, and he needed to pass 2 cars to get into the final for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he had nothing to lose, and he parked it on the wall and drove around like 5 cars.
Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
They banned that move now.
They did. You can't do that anymore.
No.
But that was something.
We are almost 1 hour. Time flies. What's your biggest hero in snowcross?
Oh, my dad.
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't be doing all this. Wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for him. Because I mean, when I was born, he was racing snowcross, and he was trackside support. He was crew chief. Then he was team owner and series owner, and I wouldn't be doing any of this if it wasn't for him and all the help he's given over the years. Whether it was me as a racer or coming over here and helping wrench for these guys, and I needed an English broadcaster for the Ratvik race.
Yeah.
So he got up super early in the mornings and broadcast it from home in the States for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so no, my dad, 100%, no question.
That was a good answer.
And he's actually coming back to Sweden next month. He's coming for Classic Car Week.
Oh, okay.
Me and my friends have been telling him for years, you gotta come.
Yeah,
because we're big car people.
Yeah.
We like cars.
He will be quite surprised.
I think he's gonna have a good time.
Yeah. So many nice cars. 10 years ago, you didn't see those clapped out cars from
the Regabiles.
No, those you did, but now there are lots of Ragabilar and Volvos and Mercedes and stuff. So, but for 10 years ago, there wasn't so much of those, but still lots and lots and lots of nice American cars.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah,
but it was really fun when we were in Bowdoin. I was at the banquet, and Stenberg was talking to Bjarki, the Icelandic rider.
Yeah,
and Bjarki was saying how this was the second time he's ever been racing in Sweden.
Yeah,
And we're kind of like, well, when was the first? And he's like, I came over for a world championship, and it was in Mala in like 2009.
Yeah, I was there. I was there, yeah.
And so Stenberg says, well, I was there.
Tucker Hibbert was there too, I
No,
think. No,
not that year.
No, okay.
So Stenberg says he was there.
Yeah.
And then I say, well, my dad was there. Because that was the first time either one of us had come here.
Okay.
My dad flew over to be Brett Bender's mechanic at that race.
Okay.
And so, because it was Bender and Judnick were the two Americans that year that came over.
Okay.
And so we looked up the entry sheet from that race.
Yeah.
And there was 23 guys there racing. Of those 23 guys, there's only 3 left still racing. Stenberg, Bjarke, and Christopher Holm.
Okay.
And we had all 3 in Bowdoin.
Nice. And that was a 2009 race. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What year was...
I think Tucker was the next year.
Oh, okay.
I think it was 10.
He was so incredible fast. He was so fast. I think the way he approached a curve, what do we call it? Corner. That speed, so much higher than everybody. It was crazy to see him there. And I'm thinking of a special place there. So my God, he was fast. So
the first time I saw him in person was Winter X Games 2002, when it was in Vermont.
Yeah,
and he was there as a rookie, and he was winning the race and had brake fade.
Yeah,
and wrecked down the hill. That was the first time I ever seen him in person.
Okay,
and but no, it's just everything he did was just incredible. And I remember seeing him in Duluth one year go from last to first in a final.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You've got the 15 best guys in the world on that track, and he went from last to first.
It's like Mark Marquez, almost. Oh, do you watch MotoGP?
And that's one of the few things I don't watch.
What?
Sorry.
It's the best racing ever, I promise you.
Okay.
Mark Marquez, the best guy. So, anyway, so a villain, but now a hero.
Yeah.
So, all great heroes and villains.
Yeah,
I think that's...
make for good TV.
Yeah, I think so.
But, yeah, no, I'm really excited for this coming winter already. And we've had more than a couple new clubs reach out and want to do races. And I think it's...
So how do we get in contact with you with everything so we can see the races and everything? So do you have like a website, or is it on Facebook?
We were this year, because it was such short time to get everything together. We were using the Skotercross.se Facebook and website for results and things like that, and their Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But we'll have our own website come out this summer, and the live stream will be hooked up to it, and results and videos and all of that. And but that was low on the priority list this past year. But now that the season's over, now we can work on
all
that.
The races are it's through Svemo, or is it through
this past year was all through Svemo and working with them.
Okay.
So, and I had a couple conversations already with Norway and Finland, trying to bring everything together and not step on each other's toes as far as weekends go and overlaps and stuff like that. And
that's a good idea.
So we've already had a couple of those conversations,
because it's just so many riders. So
there's just so many riders, but the tough thing is there's only so many weekends where you got snow.
Yeah,
it's not like moto where you can just do it.
No,
10 months out of the year.
No.
So
I think, and the snow conditions, it's not getting better. So.
No. We got really lucky this past winter. I mean, we were the only ones that didn't cancel any of our races. Yeah. And I feel like we had good snow and good tracks everywhere we went. And yeah, we were really fortunate, because it was not a stellar snow winter. No, for sure.
No.
But
we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Now we try always to keep us under 1 hour. I hope you understood some things I said anyway. So I understood everything you said. So
thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming here. So wishing you good luck for this coming season.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.